Welcome to Stop Paying Capital Gains Now, where guests will share their experiences in saving money easily with this Spendthrift trust. The real name for the trust is Irrevocable, Complex, Discretionary, non-grantor Spendthrift Trust. Capital gains are currently 23.8% on any profits, be it a crypto investor, crypto miner, real estate investor, day trader, forex, stock market trader. Your guest is Sally Gimon, and I want to make sure that you can learn how to save money easily. Hi, my name is Sally Gimon, and I'm the owner of thetrustisyou.com. And I want to say thank you for listening to my podcast, Stop Paying Capital Gains. I do appreciate it. Today, the conversation is going to be about foreign nationals who have property in the United States that they can have a trust. There is one more form for them to fill out. It's very simple to do. Now, with the trust, it will help them save the information here in the United States and all their other properties around the world, but I can't tell you about the tax savings in other countries. The gentleman I'm going to talk to you about now, he is a client of mine. He is Saudi Arabian. I have met him in London. I met him originally when I first went to London. I want to say in September. Then I went back in December. We were discussing this. I know that he's he's very high up there. So some of this conversation is going to be a little bit out of most of our leagues. I have to say thank you to my former coach, Susan Ma, and William for introducing me to him. I don't want to use his name in case he doesn't like that. But when I was there back in September, we had like a wine and cheese get together, introductions at Mayfair. If y'all know London, it's downtown London. This place was a private club. I was wowed, I'll be honest. The people that William knows and things like this. This gentleman came up to talk to me because he knew I was an American. We were having a conversation, and he said, "Tell me more about capital gains. Can they help me?" And I said, "Yes. If it's a property in the United States, that's all I can guarantee you with. You would just fill out the one form to say you're a foreign national. You would have the trust. You would transfer it into the trust. He does have it in an LLC. His family does have property, a lot of property in London, good for him, property back in Saudi Arabia and several other countries. He can put those properties into the trust to keep it private, but I can't tell you about the tax consequences in the foreign countries." He's like, "I completely understand." So this is his story. I think it's kind of interesting. He goes, "My family, my dad bought 3 condos when Trump Tower, New York was being built. He bought them originally, and he rents them out." And I'm like, "Wow." And he goes, "I have one of the people who've been living in the condo for the past 12 years wants to buy it from us at market value, and they're thinking about selling it." So when I met him back in September, I said, "This is great. There's 2 different conversations, not 2 different conversations. There's 2 different ways I can help you save money on this. With the beneficial trust, the 5 ways it saves money on taxes: capital gains when you sell something, interest income I do notes, or if you're doing the BRRRR strategy, dividend income, rent rolls, and royalties." I just recently posted out there about rent rolls. There are 7 different levels of taxes for rent rolls. I'm using the highest tax rate for him, 37%, because I don't know exactly what's happening here. So we're joking around, we're at a wine and cheese and everything else. And then when I went back the second time, he's telling me his numbers were not far off. I said, "With what you have at the 3 condos in Trump Tower and all the other condos you have in the United States, how much do you think you're making in a year in rent rolls?" He goes, "Let's just use $1 million." I'm like, "Oh, I can do math with that. Yes, I'm dyslexic. I don't need a calculator." But with those rent rolls, we're looking at $1 million would be $370,000 he's going to save in a year with putting all his U.S. properties into the trust. Now, with the one condo he's talking about that I first told him when I first met him back in September, I was back in December. We are on WhatsApp. We're on WhatsApp chat quite a bit. They are selling it. I don't know, and he understands this. I don't know if they will be charged 15% or 20% capital gains on the condo. I am doing this straight across the board. Hey, this is how much you bought it for. This is how much you're going to sell it for. This is a 15%. Now, he could take down, he should have been taking out depreciation. He should have been taking out all the, if he ripped out the carpeting, if he repainted the thing, there's other things to be talking about here. So I'm doing simple, easy math because that's what I like. So when he goes to sell this condo to the current renters at market value, I know how much his dad paid for the condo, and I know how much they're planning to sell it for. So at 15%, we're looking at him saving over $286,000 on that one sale. That's a lot of money. Now, if we go up to 20%, just to give you an idea, and he's like, whichever way I'd like to look at it, it would be $382,000 for that sale. What he plans to do is take the money, the savings, and buy several more condos. Currently, this gentleman has a boat down in Miami. I don't know what it's called, a deep sea fishing boat or something else that he does rent out. I said, well, what do you do with it? He goes, I catch marlin. I'm like, okay, I've never met somebody who went marlin fishing. So I'm very honored to know this gentleman. They have a condo. They have another condo in Chicago. They have two in Los Angeles, and then he has. I don't know if it's a condo or if it's a house in Houston. He was a little bit hesitant about talking about that. So again, his rent rolls $1 million a year in rent rolls at 37% because he's going to be at the highest tax bracket with all this real estate he has. That's $370,000 he's saving on his U.S. federal taxes. Selling the condo in Trump Towers either at 15%, that would be $286,500, or at 20% would be $382,000. I am not the CPA. What is happening now is this gentleman, I know him because of William. He is introducing me to quite a few other foreign nationals who have property in the United States. So this is the key. It's only to help the property in the United States. Yes, he can put his Airbnbs and rentals he has in London into the trusts, but we can't help him save the taxes he's going to pay on the rent rolls out of the UK. That's a whole other barrel of fish. I can only help him with what's in the United States. He's just like, that's a lot of money. He goes, I didn't know my family was paying that much money. Again, he goes, how did you find out about this? I told him about Garrett Gunderson in my real estate group and the book he wrote, What the Rockefellers Do. I researched the Rockefellers Trust and other people's trusts too to find out about this. Now, I know most of us out there are not in the same caliber that he's at, having 3 condos in one of the best known addresses in New York. But this will cause different things. I had a conversation on Friday with a gentleman in Texas. He and his family have 7 rental homes in Texas that in the process of selling to then get into multifamily apartment rentals. Unfortunately, we talked on Friday. They're selling the first house today. I couldn't too short of time. I do need 2 weeks to get this trust set up. But his next 6 homes that he's planning on selling would be important. I also told him I think you should get the trust now because you're making rent on all those houses. So just to give you an idea, I'm playing with these numbers, so please forgive me. I got a calculator here, so I have to do this. So he's got 6 other houses. Let's say they're paying him $1,000 a month. So that's $6,000 times 12. So that's 12 months. Let me go back here. Give me 1 second when I look at this. I don't know how much they make, but I'm going to go with the middle one. I'm going to say he's getting charged 24%. He's getting 24% for his rent rolls. Let's just use that number just for the fun of it. There's 7 different levels, and it depends what tax bracket he's in. Again, I'm not the CPA, so let's go back here. So times 0.24. Just for his rent rolls for the entire year on this 6 houses, he'd be saving $17,280 on those 6 houses he still has. He is selling one of the houses. I know how much he's going to be making on that house. It is long-term capital gains. Again, I said this is either 15% or 20%. he would have had the trust completely paid for if we had more time to work with this. He is going to be a client of mine. He's going to wait until it gets paid today and then start the trust up, because when he goes to sell the other 6 houses, he's going to save those capital gains plus the rent rolls. People don't think about how much you're paying taxes on rent rolls. Again, I'm not the expert, but it starts adding up very quickly. I read an article, and I read an article last week after our conversation, that in the United States, if you're filing as a single person, not as a joint couple, you're filing as a single person and you're not taking depreciation or anything else, and you made $50,000 on rent rolls, you would be paying $7,000 on your 2022 taxes. That's a lot of money. Why not start saving that with a Spendthrift trust? Again, the Spendthrift trust is going to save you on capital gains when you sell something. There's short-term capital gains and there's long-term capital gains. What I gave the numbers today was for long-term capital gains. They've had these condos for more than a year. Interest income. I don't care if I have notes where people are paying me their mortgage. I bought the note. People are paying me their mortgage. One of my clients who does the BRRRR strategy, buy, rehab, refinance, redo. I'm forgetting one of those R's. He had 85 houses in Texas. In 2021, he paid $154,000 in interest income because that's how his accountant was looking at this. So that interest income for 2022, completely not going to have to pay that. He's excited. Dividend income. Think about how much you're paying for your stocks and everything. One of my clients inherited his parents' portfolio. I wish my parents had got 100 shares of Walmart, 100 shares of AT&T, 100 shares of Amazon. My friend had a great time in 2021 using the dividend checks that were coming in, but didn't realize how much taxes were on there. We had to do a little bit of paperwork. I'll be honest. We had talked to his broker to change the paperwork to put it into the Spendthrift trust. She's like, "Hey, that's not that hard to do. It took us a week. We got everything worked out." And she goes, "Can I talk to other clients?" I'm like, "Of course you can, because so many clients are paying dividend income for their stocks and trades and things like that." So again, this trust is not for everyone. This trust is, if you're paying more than $50,000 in capital gains, interest income, dividend income, rent rolls, or royalties, you need to look at this. Now, there is the business trust for 1090 income, and then there's the beneficial trust for investments. I don't care if you're a passive or you're an active investor. I don't care if you have Airbnbs, you have single family homes. One of my clients lives in a quad. He's in the top right part, and then he's got 3 people below him. He also has several other Airbnbs he runs. All his rent rolls go through the trust. I hope this is helping people understand how to save money. Capital gains are expensive, but it's only when you sell something while you're holding it. Why not save even more money? Thank you for listening to me on Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. I hope you're enjoying this. Please like and share with people, because I want to help as many investors in the United States and those foreign investors with property in the United States save time, save money, keep their information private, and never be sued again. This is Sally Gimon. My website is thetrustisyou.com. This is the podcast, Stop Paying Capital Gains. I appreciate you listening. Take care. Thank you for listening to Stop Paying Capital Gains Now. You can find out more about this at thetrustisyou.com. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can get this and every other episode that comes out. We have lots of great stuff coming up, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thank you in advance for all the reviews and comments. I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to serving you next week's episode. Take care. Have a beautiful week.